You and I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure.
Yes.
It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind, or like, oh, this is bad, I'm out. It's like in very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now.
Yes.
So I do think it's like a moment to wrestle with our own consciences. We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say. But anyway.
Well, it seems like frozen dinner fortune heir Tucker Carlson is once again done with Trump, and reactions are pouring in from across the political landscape.
Is his preference that Kamala Harris had become the president of the United States? That will come as a surprise to, I'm sure, a lot of people who used to view Tucker Carlson as a conservative and someone who, had certain kinds of values. And what's he sorry for? That we got into an engagement here that might ultimately lead to taking away nuclear weapons?
We got into an engagement, Scott? That is quite a way to put it.
From Iran? I mean,
we started a war.
I mean, is he now claiming he had no idea that Donald Trump held the position that he would never permit Iran to have nuclear weapons? If that's what he's saying today, he's kind of a moron. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Or he's willfully misleading people. To say now that you're sorry that you elected a president that wanted to take away nuclear weapons from this terrorist regime, I don't get it.
Trump bootlicker Scott Jennings didn't mince words with his rebuke of Tucker on CNN, and as usual, unequivocally defended dear leader.
I don't know. I just don't know. Like, what did he not know before 2024? What was not known? Donald Trump had already grabbed women between the legs. Donald Trump had already incited a deadly insurrection. Tucker Carlson had already concluded that Donald Trump was a, quote, demonic force. So I don't buy it. I don't believe you, Tucker.
Tucker is a liar and a fabulist, and a very convincing one. And he's very good. He's very good at podcasting. It's compelling. Like, if you watch it, he's entertaining. You can believe him. He's good at faking his feelings about things. I think there are certain cases where there are right-wing folks who are coming around on him and criticizing him, even Marjorie Taylor Greene at times, and certainly Thomas Massie and others, who it's worth elevating them. But if I had $1 for every person who's come up to me recently and said, I just had to share this Tucker Carlson clip on Instagram because he was really making sense, and it's just public service announcement, don't do that. Don't do that. You're playing into his hands. Yes, he can be a compelling demagogue, but just because he happens to agree with us on the Iran war, does not mean that putting him into the feeds of people who are susceptible to persuasion is a good idea.
Veteran MS Now anchor Nicole Wallace and anti-Trump Republican Tim Miller of The Bulwark are more than skeptical of accepting Tucker's apology, partly because of this.
Back in these text messages that were released in the Dominion defamation lawsuit, here's what Tucker said back around that time. Trump has a pretty low success rate in his business ventures, is what his producer says. He says, that's for sure. All of them fail. What he's good at is destroying things. He's the undisputed world champion of that. Tucker then says, we are very close to being able to ignore Trump most nights. I truly can't wait. I hate him passionately. Another Tucker message. That's the last 4 years. We're all pretending we've got a lot to show for it, but admitting what a disaster it's been is too tough to digest. But come on, this isn't really an upside to Trump. Right. This is somebody who has profited off of talking out of both sides of his mouth.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Tucker breaking with MAGA in this particular instance, I don't accept it. Right? Okay, I don't accept his apology. I don't take it as a good faith apology. So I don't believe it at all. So I'm not going to welcome him into the anti-war coalition just because he gave this apology. Because remember, we have this long documented history of him stoking white supremacy and playing into conspiracy theories. So for me, I think Tucker's true motivations in breaking with Trump over Iran and Israel is to get his name back in the headline, to go against what he's said before in the past about Trump, right? So that he wants to be on the right side. However, he talks out of both sides of his mouth. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I just think he's an opportunist, And that's what he's doing here. He sees how the narrative is changing around Trump, specifically with Iran, but also, with Israel. And he's like, okay, I'll get on board. I'll jump on that train, and I'll put an apology out and talk about how, I kind of helped with everything that's going on now because of Trump. So, I don't think it signals anything about his future political aspirations. I think he's just full of BS. And I think it's fair for progressives to treat Tucker with so much skepticism, because you never know what he's actually believing. You just don't know. So, that's where I'm at with Tucker's apology. Sorry, don't believe it. You got to do more for me. Not going to be that easy. For HQ, I'm Chris Williamson. We'll see you next time.